Hello, this is Angela with Parker's Permaculture. Welcome back to Hausfrau Friday. This is a special weekly segment on my channel where I talk about the overlap between permaculture ethics, earth care, people care, fair share, and the domestic sphere. That includes everything to do with the home and family. So I have 4 kids. I unschool them. The 3 eldest are in college. They're 21, 19, and 15. My 15-year-old is doing an early start to college program. And then I also have an almost 13-year-old. This week is midterms for my 3 college students, and it is really busy around here. Some of them need more support than others, and they're just really focused on studying. And for those weeks during the school term where their workload is heavier, I don't expect them to do their typical household chores and participate in the household life the same way, because I remember what it was like to be a college student, and I remember what it was like to try to push myself to get straight A's. And so I am like, I'll take some of that burden. But my kids have had other obligations outside of school this week as well, and so have I. And so we are really maxed out. Instead of a regular Hausfrau Friday video, I wanted to put together a collection of some of the TikToks I made this week about unschooling. Folks ask me a lot about what unschooling is and isn't, and there has been some discourse on TikTok over the last week or so about unschooling that I think needs some clarifications. So a woman who is a very famous social media personality, I think she has like 150,000 followers and has like an OnlyFans account and runs an MLM. So she's got a very large social media presence. She had some beef with her kid's teacher and now has decided she's going to pull her kid out and unschool him on a whim, just like a real knee-jerk reaction, like, nope, don't like the fact that my kid's teacher is asking me to sign my kid's homework folder, so I'm going to pull him out of school. I'm going to unschool him. And so she has set herself up as kind of the spokesperson for unschooling. Even though she's not done it, her kid is still in public school and she has no experience in it. And if she's too busy to sign her kid's homework folder, she's way too busy to unschool. And so, that has kind of brought unschooling forward into the spotlight for a lot of people who've never heard of it before, because they follow this woman and because her posts are going really viral. So I felt that it was important to weigh in about what unschooling is, because we've been doing it for more than 15 years. So let me cut in those TikToks and you can watch them here, and then I'll come back at that.
We have 52 days until I pull my child out of public school and start unschooling him. He will be in...
Y'all, please don't listen to this woman. She doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. And it sounds like she's gearing up as a social media influencer to use her kid to create content around unschooling. She is here giving advice on unschooling when she has never done it. She clearly doesn't know what unschooling is, and from what I have seen of her platform, she's not interested in engaging in the kind of parenting that unschooling requires. My kids are 21, 19, 15, and 13, and they have been unschooled their entire lives. My 3 eldest are now in college. Unschooling is an educational philosophy where you, as a parent, facilitate your child's learning and the development of them as an independent and lifelong learner. Unschooling looks different for every child and every family, so when this creator talks about wanting to build a community where everybody looks and thinks the same, big red flag. I hope I'm wrong here, but from what I've seen, it really feels like she is leveraging unschooling and her child in order to create content and revenue.
It's people like this that make parents terrified to homeschool or unschool because...
Hey girl, I'm an unschooling mom of 4 kids, and I had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you. First off, you are 100% right. Nobody should ever make unfounded calls to CPS. Malicious reports to CPS not only incur large financial burdens for families, but they can cause stress, anxiety, and trauma for kids. And let's be real, calling CPS on families of color is dangerous for those families. Don't do it. But I also wanted to talk about how lately you've been describing yourself as an unschooler and positioning yourself as sort of a spokesperson for unschooling on this platform. It's clear to me that you really don't know what unschooling is and what it involves, and I'm concerned about the way that you are portraying it to your fan base. I've been unschooling for 15 years, and my 3 eldest kids are in college. Your version of unschooling, as you've been describing it, sounds more like unparenting or educational neglect. It doesn't seem like you're aware that unschooling requires more connection, more time, and more parental involvement from parents than other educational methods. Unschooling is child-directed learning, but that learning is facilitated by the parents who give their time, energy, and provide opportunities for their kids. We as parents are helping our children become self-directed learners. We aren't abandoning them so that we can run our social media empires and whatever. Unschooling also respects the autonomy of children, and I see you talking about your kids as if you own them and they're your property. But from your descriptions in your videos, it seems like you have very little interest in supporting your kids' passions or even giving them much attention. I'm concerned about the way you are portraying unschooling incorrectly to a wider audience and the harm that that does, not only for current unschoolers, but for kids who might be plunked into something that is educationally neglectful rather than true unschooling. To do unschooling well, you must be involved with your kids. You must care about the things they care about and support them in chasing all of their interests all the way down the rabbit hole. It is a full-time job to unschool a family full of kids. If you are truly interested in learning what unschooling is about, then connect with experienced unschoolers. There are several former unschoolers on this app who are now adults, either in grad school or out in the workforce. And I encourage you to go listen to what they have to say about what unschooling was like for them. You can also connect with those of us that are experienced unschool parents if you want to understand what the reality of unschooling your kids for more than a decade looks like. But please stop misrepresenting unschooling. It's not the easy way out. And it's not something you do on a whim because you had a knee-jerk reaction to your kid's teacher. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks. Okay, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I mean, we've been unschooling a really long time, and we have the privilege of a very large unschooling community here in Portland, and a lot of resources. Fully acknowledging that we have the benefit of both my husband and I being college educated and also having degrees in education, right? I minored in education, but he's got like 3 master's degrees. Totally acknowledge that I have privilege there. I think it's so important to stress that unschooling is not unparenting. It is not letting your kid do whatever they want with no parental involvement. It takes a lot of parental involvement, a lot of interest and curiosity about what your kids are into and supporting your kids in their passions. And I would say it's going to be really challenging for that mom to homeschool and run her giant all-consuming social media empire, especially if she needs to hire a nanny to watch her younger kids. Because unschooling is not educational neglect. Unschooling is not, I just won't worry about what my kid is doing and I'll go do my own thing and they'll go do their own thing without any supervision for me. Unschooling takes connection. Unschooling takes involvement with your child. Unschooling is about the relationship between you and your child and how you use that relationship, you harness that relationship to help facilitate their education. So the goal of unschooling is that we help our children become self-directed learners, but that doesn't mean that the average second grader coming out of public school is immediately a self-directed learner. And it doesn't mean that kids don't need help from their parents, especially because kids are a marginalized class in society. They don't have the same rights and the same access that we do. They don't have the same ability to access resources and information that adults do. So it's incumbent upon us to support our kids so that they can be self-directed, supply them the tools and information and access that they need in order to chase all of their interests and in order to learn all of the things that they want and need to learn. So I hope that was helpful for you. Folks ask me all the time about unschooling, and I know I need to make more content on it. I know I have a whole list of questions on my phone about unschooling and about raising kids that are in a way that is not necessarily the way a lot of Americans do it, in a non-authoritarian way. And I hope to get to those in time. But thank you for hanging with me while things are busy this week because I need to prioritize supporting my kids. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that it was helpful. If you are on TikTok, please go follow me. Please, please, please. And don't forget to click like and subscribe here. That is the best way that you can support the work of this channel. I'll be back real soon. Thanks for watching Hausfrau Friday. Bye.